The Pittsburgh Penguins lose 6-2 here at PPG Paints Arena. Hi, I'm Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now YouTube channel. We're in the media room as they're setting up for Mariah Carey outside. So we're going to hide in here. There is a few interesting tidbits to talk about. And I wish I had video of Chris Letang and the conversation that he and I had after the game. Salty would be, I think, the right word. Letang saying it was more a question of demeanor, and I'm reading the direct quote here. More a question of demeanor, and yeah, a team like that, there's so much skill. You have to play a physical game. You have to slow them down with the forecheck. Your neutral zone forecheck must slow them down. If they come at you with speed, they're going to hurt you. Well, the Penguins had exactly 10 hits on Tuesday. So you tell me what Letang was saying there. Because I kind of gave him an out. I'm like, hey, the power play failures and those things, that hurt the energy. He's like, no, it's our demeanor. Tristan Jarry also had some interesting comments after the game because let's first set the stage. Jarry allowed a pair of soft goals. 2 of the 3 goals the Avalanche scored en route to a 3-0 lead were softies. I'm not going to say they were stoppable. I'm going to say they were soft. He should have been in position. He should have gobbled them up pretty easily. But especially Mikko Rantanen's shot from the circle to the near post. Jarry was kind of clunky and didn't get over, and it sneaked by him. So, the goaltender put them in a little bit of a hole on Tuesday. Now, granted, the Penguins' defense were flat-footed. They were trying to play a tight gap at the blue line and getting walked. Marcus Pettersson, of all people, got walked a couple of times. There were some struggles, no question about it, but there were soft goals. Here's what Jarry said. They had some good shots. The shots were well placed. I think the hardest part about it, when they're getting behind us and behind me, I think it's hard to see what's behind me when I'm looking out front. Not exactly the answer you'd expect after, a couple of questionable goals. Mike Sullivan said, yeah, it was a step back for Jarry, and it very much was. So what to make of the 6-2 loss on the heels of winning 5 of 6? This is where your glass is half full, half empty, because, yes, now the Penguins have won 5 of 7. Okay, they lost to a very good team on Tuesday. Okay, but now they've lost 2 of 3 with a couple of real doozy performances against the Rangers on Friday, against Colorado on Tuesday. And the similarities from Friday and Tuesday were striking, in so much as the mistakes by the defensemen, the team really not rallying around itself, playing a very Charmin soft game. No two ways about it. Especially Tuesday, they were soft, not getting in the Avalanche's way, not back-checking hard, and there were a couple track-back issues. That's the thing that dogged them for the first 6 weeks of the season when they would track back to the defensive zone, having the responsibilities, F1, F2, F3, knowing where to go, getting their guys. Cody Glass was noticeably in the wrong spot on one of the goals tonight. And you'll notice a quick little edit there because there's some behind-the-scenes drama tonight as well. It's kind of an interesting evening when the locker room kind of had some bad things to say about their performance. But this might be the first time in a while there was just the subtle hint of finger-pointing going on. The Colorado Avalanche are a really good team. Take nothing away from them. Mikko Rantanen, the hat trick. Nathan MacKinnon just keeps getting better and better each year. I mean, think back to the first couple of years of his career. People said, oh, he's good, but was he really worth, the high draft pick? Is he really going to be that good? Yeah, he is. But what the Penguins didn't do Tuesday could fill a book. You look at the heat map on Natural Stat Trick. And I'm going to put this in the report card, which I'm doing out of order tonight. I did the locker room first, the video, and then I'll do the report card. Look at the heat map on naturalstattrick.com. The Penguins, far and away, had more shot attempts than Colorado. But where those shot attempts were coming from, it was perimeter. There weren't rebounds. There weren't second chances. They didn't drive into the slot. They didn't spread the zone, create some space, and get those good rips like they did on Saturday. Following that up, they didn't win the wall battles. They were chasing the puck rather than winning those pucks. And if you lose a puck battle to the Avalanche, yeah, you're going to chase them all the way to your own goal. And that's exactly what happened to the Penguins on Tuesday. So mistake-filled, soft goals, soft forwards on the walls, not getting to the net, not creating some chaos, not being hard to play against, and getting walked at the blue line too. So it was a greatest hits of Penguins shortcomings. Which team is going to show up when the team goes to Montreal and Ottawa? Again, if you can figure out this team, the bettors would love to know, because we could see the team that just kind of thumped Toronto up north, or we could see the same team we saw on Tuesday. And it really does come down to this, and I hate to question or put this on a team. It really does kind of come down to the Penguins' heart. Do they really want it? Collectively speaking, when they do, you see the team in Toronto. When they don't, you see the team that got just knocked around by New York, even when New York was playing terribly. So I suppose that is the Penguins. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. It shouldn't be that difficult for this team. It really shouldn't. You can control effort. You can control the simple things. If you lose playing well, that's one thing. But the Penguins don't seem to ever lose playing well, do they? When they lose, they go down in a blaze of glory like they did on Tuesday. So do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will probably do another car talk on Wednesday because I've got a 10-hour drive up to Montreal. Hopefully I can get out of Pittsburgh at a decent time. I say hopefully because it never works out that way. And hopefully someday an airline will have an affordable flight to Montreal that doesn't take me halfway across Canada and then back to Montreal at the same time I could drive there. But I digress. I appreciate everybody. So like and subscribe, and we'll probably talk Wednesday as a Car Talk podcast sort of mishmash. And leave your comments as well. Curious what you thought about this. From the PPG Paints Arena Media Room, I'm Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now YouTube channel.